What is up, guys? It is Saturday morning. It's Saturday afternoon now, isn't it? It's Saturday afternoon already. Corey's here. We are working on the 7 Series today. I spent all morning finishing up all of the keyrings for the trip coming up and the keyrings for the Ocean City TGC meet. So those are done. As I mentioned before, I decided to double up the numbers on the America Tour keyrings, so I ended up making 400 of those instead of 200. So it's a pretty lengthy process. I do everything myself, so I was up till about 3 in the morning last night and got an early start on them this morning as well. So those are done. Focusing on the 7 Series now and trying to finish up everything we need to do on that. A few new air fittings to tidy up some air leaks, valve cover gasket, high beam headlight bulb, and just a few small things after that. The valve cover gasket's basically the major thing right after the air leaks. We're probably going to put a new compressor in the 700, maybe do some cutting in the front of the 700 to get it so I can drive it aired out without the tires rubbing. And yeah, and our buddy Jules flies in from Germany later. So we're trying to get a bunch done before he gets here, because I know workflow is going to slow down once he's here, because we'll be hanging out and whatever. So here we go. All right, so we're in the shop. I'm going to work on getting a few new airline fittings put in and sealed up to take care of some of the leaks. And Corey is going to start on the valve cover gasket. Thanks, Corey.
Yeah, no problem.
Normally we just hang out and kind of tinker on stuff slowly, but we're trying to get a bunch done today. So I had repaired a leak on this leader line on the fly at one point, and this is a 1/4 inch NPT fitting, and normally you'd have female 1/4 inch, and in my case I was running 1/4 inch airline, so it had a 1/4 inch PTC fitting. Well, this is what failed on mine. It was just that the PTC, like the actual part that grabs the airline, was leaking real bad. But what I had in my toolbox on the side of the road was a female NPT 1/4 to 3/8 PTC, and I just so happened to have a little piece of 3/8 line with a 3/8 PTC to 1/4 PTC on the backside. So I basically created 2 more fail points that could leak, but it got me going, and I just never replaced it. So now this old guy is leaking pretty bad. So got a new 1/4 to 1/4 NPT to PTC, and that should do it for the air leak. Airline is sorted. Corey's working on the valve cover gasket. I've got to get the AC schnitzers out and get those pressure washed just so they're clean on the back sides to put in the car, because we are basically driving with these things in the car since we're driving the car to California on the factory wheels. This shouldn't take too much more time, and it is almost 2:30, which means it's almost afternoon coffee time. Isn't that right?
That's right.
What's up, dude?
What's going on?
Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Rob came out with his Mark 1 Polo, unbeknownst to us. So we took the 700 into town to get coffee, and just as we were leaving, my good friend Rob, who you've seen in a couple of vlogs, pulled into the driveway with his Mark 1 Polo, his German spec Polo. So we still have a bunch of work to do today on this thing, and gonna grab a coffee with Rob. Jules has landed from Germany, so he is in America. We don't know how the whole immigration thing went yet, but hopefully he said everything right. But yeah, then we're back to the shop and more tinkering. These are the dual Via Air 444 black compressors. I'm only going to run one compressor in the new car, and I've got an old 380 Via Air compressor in the 700, and it's tired. I've had it in almost every car that I've bagged, and it's always basically been put on like prototype use. Every car I bag, I put that compressor in just to get it like moving and movable in the shop basically. And so I got dual compressors for the new project, and I'm going to use one of them in the 700. I think next on the list for that compressor is my truck, because I'm going to do onboard air in my truck. We're going to put a black Via Air 444 in it. This doesn't have the same footprint as the Via Air 380 that I've got, so unfortunately I can't just like unbolt the 380 and bolt this one in. So I guess it's got a space is a little tight in the 700, so I might have to like make a plate for it to sit on and then bolt the plate in. But yeah, these things are awesome. They push a lot of volume, and they're pretty quiet for what they are. The other thing I'm in the middle of doing is doing some cutting up in the front and rear wheel wells to get the car drivable, basically aired out. The body lays out, but I've got basically enough room up in the wheel wells to drive it aired out. So at the moment, I've got the rear carved out up in there. I've got like extended wheel wells on top, and did some cutting and some bending and some hammering to get the rear movable, and we're pretty close. It will roll almost aired out. It's not quite aired out where it's at now, obviously, because the side skirts, the actual rockers touch the ground aired out. But the plan is to be able to drive it skating on the rockers without smoking the tires out while we're on the strip in Ocean City. It doesn't really, yeah, rockers are basically on the ground. So we're almost there. I think I'll put some titanium blocks under it or something at the same height as the rockers so I can drag those instead of the actual rockers. But yeah, we're getting close. I'm super stoked that I can drive this thing at this height. Yeah, it's tight. It's tight up in there. So our friend Jules from Germany, who we stayed with last year, has a really sweet bagged C1 Audi 100. He last second decided to just fly here, basically at the worst time because Corey and I are on our way out of state. But apparently these were the only 2 weeks he could get off from work. So he basically booked a flight and said, I'm coming to America. So we couldn't get down to Boston to pick him up because we were too busy trying to get the car ready. So he flew into America for the first time, got through immigration, got a rental car, and headed up here. I gave him an easy address to the local McDonald's here in town. My house is a little bit more difficult to find. So we're headed to meet him now. So he's going to be here for the next couple days while we continue to prep for this trip. But he might even drive his rental car to Virginia and then on to Nashville for the first 2 stops of the TGC trip, and then drive 20 hours back here to stay with another friend of ours, possibly in Maine. So yeah, we're going to meet Jules. This is all last second. We had no idea he was coming until basically like a few days ago. Crazy. Yes. What is up? He's here. Welcome to America, man. What a wild trip. Good to see you,
Yeah,
man.
good to see you too,
Hey,
man.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? I'm fine. I'm totally done, but
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
whoa, fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome.
Seeing this for the first time, man.
I told him. I said we got to take the Corvair because he probably was excited to see it.
Yeah, I am. Whoa. This morning,
Yeah.
European time, I was in Copenhagen
Yeah.
Yeah.
for. I had 5 hours over there stop. So
Yeah.
I just went into the city, had a look, and
Yeah,
then
he said that you were like, he goes, I think he was like in some other country before he flew here, and I'm like, yeah, I
I
think
went
he
to
was.
Denmark. Flew
Yeah.
from Düsseldorf to Denmark to Copenhagen and then
Yeah.
to Boston.
Yeah,
Damn
wild
it.
day then. Had a long day.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I started at European time, 3:45
In the
AM.
morning. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was-
Yeah.
I know. You said I'm the guy. I'm just a normal guy from the woods.
Yeah.
Now I know why.
We live in the woods up here. You know-
How are you guys?
Good. We're busy.
Yes.
We got
Yeah.
so much to do.
I've got my working clothes with me, so I
Perfect.
can help you out.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. We got more to do tonight. Yeah.
I will do
Yeah.
that. No problem.
Yeah. Perfect.
I wanted to.
Yeah. So this is my home.
I mean, even the way to here was
I know
like
it.
yeah, in the woods.
everybody has at least 1 or 2 cars in the garden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scrap or something.
We have a lot of space. And
Damn it.
so yeah, you haven't seen any of these cars in
No,
person yet.
never ever.
Yeah. So this is the most recent project, obviously.
Yeah, you will take this to Ocean City, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're doing this trip across America, and after this, like shortly after this,
Yeah.
you're going to.
Like 3 days after. Fuck. And Ocean City is 13 hours away. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
3,000 miles to California, 3,000 miles home, and then 500 miles to Ocean City. And, yeah. Yeah. If you can fit.
Where to put my legs?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's that speedo?
Because of where your feet are.
Yeah.
We had to keep bringing the steering wheel back so you weren't. So
Yeah,
you weren't
you sit
in the back seat now.
back seat
Yeah.
now. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. How did people drove this? How
Well,
they-
no. So normally you sat forward more. Your pedals in the BMW were farther forward.
But there's no space.
There was though. We body dropped it.
Yeah.
So this floor has come up now.
Yeah. Okay.
So the only reason why you sit back so far is because these pedals on the Beetle pan. I'm just gonna tinker in the shop for a little bit tonight. Going to put the new 444 via air compressor in the 700, and possibly look at what it's gonna take to modify my inner wheel wells a little bit so I can drive the car aired out, which is what Jules likes doing too. I'll put a clip. I took of him in Austria going through a tunnel in the Alps. Of him, actually Corey was riding shotgun too, of dragging his Audi 100 through a tunnel. So I'll add that to the video too, so you can see how they do it in Germany. Okay.
Do that.
What you doing?
I'm working with John.
We were talking today.
It looks maybe uncomfy, but it's not.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's Sunday morning. Corey and Jules are still getting their beauty sleep in the house, and time is of the essence. So I'm finishing up the new air compressor install, as well as pulling my tank because I got a few leaks and some fittings in the tank in the back. So I got to pull the tank out and get the new compressor in. Then the 700's tidied up, and more prep for the drive to California.
We just go for a quick drive.
we finished the compressor and a few other things in the 700, and now it's lunchtime. And Jules has wanted to come to America to go for a ride in the Corvair for a long time now, so we are about to do that. Are you excited?
Oh yes, I'm really excited.
And we put Corey in the not back seat because he's small enough to fit back there. All right.
Yes. I need to film this. This is so good.
Just like we're the Z, but now we're in my car.
Same with the Audi, that's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a weird car. It's a curiosity for a lot of people. So they enjoy asking questions about it. Or their parents owned a Corvair in the 60s or something. So yeah, a lot of people relate to this car in weird ways.
I always hear like, my father, my granddad has one of these. And
yes.
That's so good.
There's probably the same correlation to the Corvair here in America, because everybody's parents owned a Corvair in the 60s. Hold on. Oh my gosh. You turn the camera on and my coffee goes down my windpipe. Oh. You're rolling through.
I got all that.
Oh man. Get me dying on camera. Man. So, it's Monday. It's Labor Day and I'm crying. So just put coffee into my lungs. And Jules just headed out to Maine to visit one of our other friends. Corey's still here for the moment, and we're doing some of the last maintenance on the 7 Series. All right, guys, so we've got the 2 of the Schnitzers in the trunk now, packaged up. Got the toolbox in the car, got the full-size jack in the car. Everything's wrapped up. Got some bedding down underneath the wheels on the hardwood floor that's in the trunk. Trunk's getting pretty much sorted. We're going to be stuffing a lot of t-shirts back here too, because there's going to be barely any room for anything. So all of the t-shirts are being wrapped up in like plastic bags and going to be stuffed everywhere else. Got 2 more of the Schnitzers over here that are going to get wrapped up and put in the back seat. Keiron's going to be here tomorrow. He's got 2 cases. He's got a Pelican case with all of his camera gear, and he's got a backpack with like a change of clothes, and that is basically what we're all trying to bring. We're getting close. Corey's gone home. He's working tomorrow and Wednesday, and he's going to be here Wednesday evening when we're ready to basically get to bed and then hit the road at 1 or 2 in the morning for Virginia. Okay guys, we are about 1 day away from leaving for California. This vlog, as the last couple, is jumping around like crazy. Keiron is on his way here now. He flew in from LA at the end of last week and has been shooting a few cars in the Boston area, and he's taking a bus here to my town as we speak. He should be arriving in the next 15 or 20 minutes. So Keiron's here.
Made it in one piece.
A friend of his dropped him off, and we met him up in town. All right guys, so Keiron is inside catching up on emails, because his life is just as insane as mine, and I am consolidating boxes of key rings. So I've made over 200 of the tan key rings and 200 of the black key rings, and now that we're packing the 7 Series, I'm realizing how much little space I really have. I knew this was going to be real tight packing wise, because we've got all four of the AC Schnitzers in the car with us. So it's real tight. Gonna grab some food. Mike is here, and we're gonna probably take the 700 out a little bit later and get some rolling shots of it, since Keiron wants to shoot that. As if we've got the time to do that. But the weather's nice, and Keiron's
you
here.
are full of complaints this time.
Those aren't complaints. But Keiron's not out here that often, and it'd be great to see his work with the 700s. Been to the butcher shop, got some food. It's a perfect evening to hang outside on the picnic table, and then we'll probably take the 700 out, and then back to packing. Oh,
Womp womp. It's like 700,000 shutter accusations later.
jeez.
2 new shutters.
Oh, look at this guy. What kind, Oreo?
Always.
I'm glad he got one for me and got one for you too.
Yeah,
But look at that light. Look at that light right there. That is beautiful.
that it is.
But yeah, if you have like a little bit of glue, I'll just dump it in there. Fix
Yeah,
her
we should
right
be
up.
able to sort you out. I don't know if this is gonna work, so.
Pretty much controls where my focus point goes, and it's kind of important a little bit,
And it came
a
off.
little bit, and it like completely sheared itself off.
It fell off while we were shooting tonight, and so he's gotten it back on to where it works, and now we're just gonna try to finesse a little bit of silicone around the outside of it to hopefully just keep it in there. This isn't the best fix, but it might keep it from like at least falling out, you know. Hey, why don't you sign us off? Say we'll end the vlog now, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Let's So I was doing a sign out, but the battery died or just shut
No,
off?
I went on sleep mode.
Sleep mode. He's so fancy on sleep mode. But that's gonna wrap this vlog up for today. We're gonna be back tomorrow with a mad hectic schedule. What time are we getting up tomorrow?
We should be getting up at 5 or 6 to go shoot the 700. Which is your...
And we're gonna have fantastic breakfast, so stay tuned for that. And then we're gonna madly pack up everything, and hopefully Corey shows up here early enough before this guy goes to bed. Because what time are we leaving in the morning?
1 in the morning.
I'm sleeping. But we'll see you guys tomorrow.